I don't know, but I will say this. Something will happen, maybe soon and maybe a little bit later, but China very much wants to make a deal.
What kind of tax cuts would you look at? We've heard again, potential cut in the payroll tax, indexing capital gains. What would you accept?
Well, you know, we've been talking about indexing for a long time, and many people like indexing, and it can be done very simply. It can be done directly by me. And so we've been looking at that. As you probably have heard, I can do it directly. So we're talking about indexing, and we're always looking at the capital gains tax, payroll tax. We're looking at, I would love to do something on capital gains. We're talking about that. That's a big deal, goes through Congress. Payroll tax is something that we think about, and a lot of people would like to see that, and that very much affects the workers of our country. And we have a lot of workers right now, by the way. We have more people working today than we've ever had before in the history of our country. We have almost 160 million people working today. I think the word recession is a word that's inappropriate because it's just a word that the certain people, I'm going to be kind, certain people in the media are trying to build up because they'd love to see a recession. We're very far from a recession. In fact, if the Fed would do its job, I think would have a tremendous spurt of growth, a tremendous spurt. The Fed is psychologically very important, less so actually, but very psychologically important. And if the Fed would do its job, which it's really done very poorly over the last year and a half, you would see a burst of growth like you've never seen before. And that would be lowering interest rates and maybe putting some if you look at what China is doing, if you look at what Germany is doing, if you look at what so many countries are doing, putting some money in because we want to compete with these other countries. So,
what is capital taxation? The capital gains tax is a government fee on a profit made from selling certain types of assets. These include stock investments or real estate property. Real estate property, really. A capital gain is calculated as the total sale price minus the original cost of an asset. As a result, you pay a tax on your profit at the capital gains rate. Interesting.
And his foreign minister separately came out and said there was absolutely nothing wrong with the conversation. President of Ukraine and the foreign minister came out and said there was no anything. There was no, he used the word, no blackmail. They said there was no pressure. There was nothing done wrong. This is a hoax, just like there was no collusion after 2 years they found out and wasted $45 million. This is a disgrace that this could happen in our country. But remember, wait. The president of Ukraine, right now, the president of Ukraine said no pressure. President of Ukraine and his foreign minister said again, no pressure, no blackmail. They don't even know what you people are talking about. He looks for corruption wherever he goes. Everybody understands Ukraine has big problems in that regard. Rudy Giuliani's a fine man. He was the greatest mayor in the history of New York, and he's been one of the greatest crime fighters and corruption fighters. Rudy Giuliani's a good man. Well, I think what Biden did and his son, and now I guess they're finding also Romania. That just came out today, or some other country, and I'm sure there are more than that.
Hunter Biden's legal work in Romania raises new questions about his overseas dealings. Hunter Biden provided legal advice to a Romanian charged with real estate fraud at a time when his father was pushing corruption reforms in the country. The capital gains tax is a government fee on a profit made from selling certain types of assets. These include stock investments or real estate property. Real estate property. In the final year of the Obama administration, an American lawyer traveled to Romania to meet with a businessman accused of orchestrating a corrupt land deal. The businessman was Gabriel Popovich, a wealthy Romanian real estate tycoon. The lawyer brought in to advise him was Hunter Biden, the son of then Vice President Joe Biden. According to the two people familiar with the matter, Hunter Biden's work with Popovich in 2016 went unreported at the time, but Joe Biden's involvement in Romania was very much public. The Vice President was among the leading voices pushing the government to crack down on corruption. There is no evidence that Hunter or his father acted improperly or violated any laws, but the arrangement, government ethics experts say, raises concerns that Hunter Biden was used as a prop in Popovich's effort to dodge criminal prosecution. You know how the news media covers up for Hunter Biden. What are Joe Biden's dealings with Romania invoked by Donald Trump's lawyer? U.S. President Donald Trump, personal attorney Rudy Giuliani, dragged Romania's name into the scandal between Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden, written October 7th, but left everyone guessing what could be Joe Biden's controversial connection to Romania. I haven't got to Romania until we get to Romania, Giuliani said in a Fox News interview over the weekend. Without going into details, Joe Biden's Hunter Biden, who is now under scrutiny for his dealings in Ukraine and China during his father's term as U.S. Vice President, according to local media. Hunter Biden was involved in real estate business in Birchest and allegedly tried to lobby in favor of a local real estate tycoon, Gabriel Popovich, the owner of KFC. In 2017, before and after he was sentenced to jail in a high-profile corruption case, sources close to Popovich told local media. In May this year, reports by Fox News and the New York Times mentioned Hunter Biden's connections to Gabriel Popovich, in addition to his work in Ukraine for energy company Burisma. Hunter Biden advised Romanian businessman with ties to the United States, Gabriel Popovich, whose real estate dealings had come under investigation, according to the people familiar with this arrangement, which has not been previously reported. The investigation, which came to the United States and its allies were pushing Romania to clamp down on the corruption, led to Mr. Popovich's conviction and a prison sentence, reads an article in the New York Times. However, there's no evidence so far that Hunter Biden tried to leverage his father's influence to help Popovich in any wrongdoing. Lies, lies, lies. Again, here's another article. Hunter Biden's work in Romania raises new questions about his overseas dealings. Hunter Biden provided legal assistance to Romanian charged with real estate fraud, the time when his father was pushing corruption reforms in the country. I already read this article to you. Yeah, we already went through that one. This one. Popovich. As you couldn't know, his middle name is Pew. London court decides that businessman Pew Popovich should be handed over to the Romanian authorities. July 15, 2019. A London court has ruled that businessman Pew Popovich should be handed over to Romania. It's a decision in the first court. The businessman has 7 days to file an appeal. From this point of view, the Romanian authorities are not optimistic about how this appeal will be judged in a similar case of Alexander Adamscu. A court in London decided he should be handed over to Romania, but businessman Pew Popovich was sentenced 7 years in jail in Benisa farm file. He was sentenced on August 2nd, 2017 by a High Court for Cassation and Justice ICC Supreme Court to 7 years in jail in the file in which he was accused of corruption offenses regarding the association between his company, SC Benicia Investments SA, and University of Agricultural Sciences and Veterinary Medicine in Bucharest, USAMV, and a plot of land of 224 acres. The ruling is final. Popovich was sentenced in the first court to 9 years in jail in the same file. The former USAMV rector loan, Nicholas Alec, was sentenced 6 years in jail for abuse of office. On August 17, 2017, the Bucharest Court of Appeals sent the British judicial authorities to the European arrest warrant on Pew Popovich's name. And then this article. Convicted Romanian investor sues Romania at Washington court. When was this written? August 2018. Two firms registered in Cyprus linked with the Romanian investor Gabriel Popovici, the owner of Benicia Shopping Center, and he used Freach. His name is Freach. I think his name is Freach. And he used Hunter Biden, the two attorneys. Wow. This is who Gabriel Popovici is. Businessman. Business person. Popovici had other firsts in the business world. He was and still is the owner of the KFC franchise. This is why Trump is laughing. Look at that evil laugh. He knows he loves to put you in the spotlight. You fuck Popovici. Now what does John Bolton have to do with Romania, Ukraine, Russia, China, and other countries, and the Bidens, and Obama, and Popovici, and Hunter? Oh yeah, and there's a long list. Long list goes on and on and on and on. Romania. Dig into this, guys. Peace out.